Welcome to NACTV's Bigger Bingo for Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. I'm Jeremy Vogt and I'll be the caller for tonight. And tonight we'll be using the packages with the pink colored cards. And before we get started, we'll just go over the rules. One ball will be drawn at the beginning of the session. This ball will be the toonie number for Game 3. When bingo is declared on more than one number, only those who declared bingo on the earliest number called will be declared winners and eligible to win the prize. Each bingo game will be closed when a winner or winners have called in and their cards have been verified, and it has been announced 3 times that the phone lines are open to receive your calls, and then the game is declared closed. No further calls will be accepted with regards to that closed bingo game. Final win confirmation occurs when the winners present their date-stamped sheet containing the winning card to the NACTV studio. And this has to be the full sheet of 3 cards. And we'll be able to see which card on the sheet is the winning one. Prize money is split evenly among multiple winners with a minimum payout of $25. In the event of transmitting or telephone problems which prevent continuation of play prior to the event start or at any time during the event's duration, the game will be rescheduled or resumed on the next Wednesday night. Players will keep their cards for the following Wednesday and they will be accepted. If a player is unable to play the following Wednesday, they may exchange their cards at the NACTV studio for a future game. Please check our website, nactv.tv, or call the office for the confirmation of the games to be played. Game 1 is played to a blackout on the gold cards. The jackpot in 50 numbers or less is, for tonight, $17,047. So we're now over the $17,000 mark. And after 50 numbers, Game 1 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards. And again, this week the color is pink. Game 2, the X game, has $150 available to be won. Game 3, which continues on from Game 2, is a blackout. And again, both of those are played on the same cards. So you would fill in all the numbers that are called on the cards, even if they're not an X, because you'll still need them for Game 3. Jackpot in 52 numbers or less is $7,293.50. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. If Game 3 is won with the toonie ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive either the jackpot or the consolation prize, as well as the toonie pot. And this week, the toonie pot is $4,752. So let's get started, and I'll draw the toonie number first off. Our toonie number for this week is I-19, and we'll be using this for Game 3, so don't mark it down just yet, but the toonie number is I-19. And now we'll get started on Game 1. Our first number out is under the G57. G57. O69. Under the 69. B1. Under the B, 1. Under the O, 66. O, 66. Under the O, 68. O, 68. N40. Under the N, 40. Under the N, 43. N, 43. Under the I, 23. I, 23. Under the N, 35. N, 35. G, 54. Under the G, 54. Under the G, 46. G, 46. B4. Under the B, 4. Under the I, 16. I, 16. Under the I, 19. I, 19. I, 21. Under the I, 21. Under the N, 34. N, 34. Under the B, 11. B, 11. Under the G, 56. G, 56. N, 32. Under the N, 32. Under the N, 33. N, 33. under the N44, N44. B3, under the B3. Under the I-28, I-28. O73, under the O73. Under the B7, B7. B13, under the B13. Under the N31, N31. G55, under the G55. Under the B9, B9. Under the O67, O67. I-24, under the I-24. Under the G49, G49. Under the B12, B12. I-18, under the I-18. Under the O65, O65. O70, under the O70. Under the G47, G47. I-29, under the I-29. Under the N45, N45. B14. Under the B, 14. Under the B, 5. B5. Under the N, 36. N36. O74. Under the O, 74. G51. Under the G, 51. Under the N, 38. N38. Under the N, 41. N41. G53. Under the G53. Under the N42. N42. I-26. Under the I-26. And your 50th number, B10. Under the B10. Okay, and we'll just pause here for a couple of minutes and give everyone a chance to look over their cards and see if they have bingo. Our phone number is on the screen, 204-476-2639. And while we're waiting, a few announcements. There will be a flu and COVID vaccine clinic in town Friday, November 3rd from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Appointment required. And then on Friday, November 17th from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Yellowhead Center. Appointment preferred but not required, and walk-ins start at 1 p.m. And on Wednesday, November 8th at the Legion Hall from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Appointment preferred, and walk-ins start at 11 a.m. And you can book your appointment online at prairiemountainhealth.ca or call 1-844-626-8222. And also we have a presentation on trauma and grief that's coming up tomorrow on October 26th. That will also be at the Neepawa Legion at 7 p.m. And a reminder that contaminated recycling will not be accepted. If you have things like cardboard or paper that's been soaked through with grease or if you have, let's see some other things here. Anything that's not accepted in the recycling, such as straws or coffee pods or styrofoam, you can't. You have to make sure that those aren't in your recycling, or else the whole load will be rejected. So we're still. Phone lines are still open to receive your calls. And phone lines are still open to receive your calls. And we're not hearing any calls, so I'll declare this game closed. And we will move on to the consolation round. So we'll keep going until there's a blackout for $100. Under the B8. B8. Under the G59. G59. N39. Under the N39. Under the B15. B15. I-25. Under the I-25. Under the I-30. I-30. Under the G48. G48. I-17. Under the I-17. Under the B6. B6. O64. Under the O64.
On B6.
And we do have a caller.
Oh, I-17. Okay, Oh, okay. Now, what is the number in the middle of your card? 3683.
Okay, so we have a possible bingo on 3683.
Just hang on.
We'll see if that's 3683. Enter. One moment, please. And it looks like that's a good bingo.
Yeah, that's a bingo. Okay, just a minute. 3683.
Okay, so that's our first bingo. So we do have a phone line open.
Okay.
So if you have a bingo, you can call in. We have one phone line open.
And Nicola?
Okay. And
204?
while we wait, just a few more
All right.
things that are not accepted in recycling. Let's see, clothing and textiles, aluminum foil, and plastic pouches such as chip bags. And we'll just wait a little while longer to see if anyone else will come call in. Both phone lines are open right now. And Evergreen Environmental will be closed on November 11th, Remembrance Day. And other than that, they're open Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturday from 8 to 3. And we have the Hand Community Meal Program. That's every day, Tuesday to Friday. And it's $11. And you can see our menu on our NACTV community announcements. And their phone number is 204-476-5218. And our one winner so far is Noelle Delvaux from Winnipeg. And received the bingo package through the mail, which is a service we do offer here from NACTV. If you're out of town, we can have your bingo packages mailed to you so you can play, and otherwise you can pick up the cards at our participating businesses here in town. And not hearing any further calls, so I'll declare this game closed. And we'll move on to game 2, the Big X. Well, I already declared the game closed before they called, so we had 3 minutes or so.
Done.
Yeah.
What number did you bingo on? Okay. Oh, 064. Well, somebody bingoed on the number before that, so. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. You say they couldn't get through. Like
Oh.
the lines have been. Yeah, they're both working.
Yeah, I might have to check something. Our answering machine should be turned off, so yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, we okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm not sure what happened there, but we had a caller who couldn't get through, and if you can't get through at first, just keep trying, and
well, he had bingoed on the last number, 064, and this guy
Yeah.
bingoed on the number before that.
Yeah.
So.
But it was on a later number anyway, so it wouldn't have been a bingo regardless. But still just hold on the line. If it keeps ringing a long time, that's because we only have one person on two phones, so they're probably using the talking on the other phone at the time. So just stay on the line as long as you can, and we'll try and get to you. But right now we'll start game 2, the Big X game, for $150, and this is played on the pink cards. And our first number out is I-26. Under the I-26. Under the B9. B9. O70. Under the O70. Under the I-16. I-16. I-23. Under the I-23. Under the B5. B5. I-25. Under the I-25. Under the G53. G53. N43. Under the N43. And remember, we'll be using these cards for the blackout as well, so do make sure to mark down everything, including the N's. Under the O62. O62. G52. Under the G52. Under the O64. O64. G60. Under the G60. Under the B7. B7. G55. Under the G55. And we have a caller. We'll have to see what this is about. We normally wouldn't
Oh, okay, I'll tell him.
have a winner this early.
Right. You're going too fast.
All right. Right, so we've gotten a call from someone saying I'm going a bit too fast, so I'll slow it down a little bit. I haven't done this in a while, but yeah, I'll just try to slow it down a bit more. Under the B3. B3. Under the I-17. I-17. O-67. Under the O-67. Under the B2. B2. G50. Under the G50. Under the I-22. I-22. N38. Under the N38. B14. Under the B14. Under the O68. O68. I-18. Under the I-18. Under the G51. G51. N31. Under the N31. Under the N37. N37. Now we have another call.
And what number did you bingo on? Oh my gosh, that's 3 back. G.
So we have what looks like a winner for the Big X.
That is a bingo? I'm just looking.
Yeah, looks
Okay,
like it.
that is a bingo, and you said on G51. Okay. Alrighty. 6, 5, 2, 2, G.
So we have one winner for the Big X so far. And we do have a phone line open to receive your calls.
Kathy. Okay, and last name? S. Nicola. And what is your phone number? 704-014. And where did you buy your cards?
So I apologize if I was going too fast.
Congratulations.
I haven't done this in a while, and we have to get through it in about an hour. But yeah, especially on games 2 and 3 where you have more cards to deal with.
Oh, that one was three numbers back.
And it looks like we do have a winner for the Big X game, and the phone lines are open to receive your calls. And so far we have Kathy Enns, who purchased her cards here at the NACTV studio. And if you also have an X on your pink cards, you can call in. Both our phone lines are open. And once again, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I'll declare this game closed, and we'll move on to game 3, the blackout game, also on the pink cards. And I'll just get the right amount. Okay, so we'll continue on. Our next number is under the 074. 074. Under the N41. N41. N45. Under the N45. Under the 065. 065. Under the G58. G58. Under the B6. B6. O75. Under the O75. Under the G49. G49. B15. Under the B15. Under the I30. I30. N44. Under the N44. Under the B8. B8. B12. Under the B12. Under the I27. I27. Under the N34. N34. B1. Under the B1. Under the G56. G56. G57. Under the G57. O61. Under the O61. Under the B13. B13. G54. Under the G54. Under the N39. N39. G59. Under the G59. Under the N33. N33. And that's our 50-second number. So we'll pause for a couple of minutes to give everyone a chance to look over their cards and see if they have a blackout. And this is on the pink cards for a possible prize of $7,293.50. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And our phone number, as you can see on the screen, is 204-476-2639. And again, that flu and COVID vaccine clinic is here in Neepawa on Friday, November 3rd from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. That one's by appointment only. Then November 8th at the Neepawa Legion Hall from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Walk-ins start at 11 a.m. And on Friday, November 17th at the Yellowhead Center from 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. with walk-ins starting at 1 p.m. And we will have a presentation on trauma and grief with special guest speaker Susan Rabichuk at the Neepawa Legion tomorrow, October 26th at 7 p.m. And that's a free event, and all ages are welcome. Although content does include sensitive subject matter, and child attendance is at discretion of a parent or guardian. And again, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls, and not hearing any further calls, I will declare this game closed. And we will move on to the consolation round on those same cards for $100. Our next number up is G47. Under the G47. Under the B4. B4. Under the O72. O72. I-19. Under the I-19. Under the O66. O66. B10. Under the B10. Under the N32. N32. And we do have a caller.
B10. And what is the number in the middle of your card? 7140.
Okay. We do have a potential winner, so we'll see. And yes, that is a good bingo. And this caller bingoed on B10. And we do have a phone line free if you bingoed as well. You can call us at 204-476-2639. There is
What is your name?
a phone line open to take your call.
Melrose? Okay, so do you want to spell that? T-O-S. Okay. Mi'kmaq? And what is your phone number?
So you can check and see if there's any numbers you missed. There's all the numbers we have called so far up there, and we do have one phone line open.
Congratulations.
And now we have both phone lines open to take your calls. And so far we have one good bingo from Melrose McIntosh, who purchased cards at Harris Pharmacy. This is one of our partners who sells cards in the community, along with Tim Tom's Asian Grocery Store, Rock and Animal House, the Touchwood Park office, and the Neepawa Legion. And cards are also available at Kinsman Courts 2 for Kinsman Courts residents only. And both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And our tuning number, let's see, what was it?
I-19, but it ran already.
Okay. Our tuning number I-19 has gone already a while ago, so that pot will continue to grow.
It was actually called 4 numbers back, so someone could have done it.
No. Alright, so it looks like we just missed it, but that pot will continue to grow, and both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And not hearing any further calls, so I will declare that game closed. And that'll be it for tonight's bingo games. Our winners for tonight are, on the Bonanza Consolation, Noel Delvo of Winnipeg, and the Big X, Kathy Enns of Neepawa. And for the Blackout Consolation, Melrose McIntosh of Neepawa. So congratulations to all our winners, and you can pick your prize checks up here at the NACTV studio starting tomorrow after 1 p.m. And we'll see you all again next Wednesday at the same time for another edition of NACTV's Bigger Bingo. Good night.